and welcome to our reading. Tonight, we will be reading from a book by Scott Adams. We shall commence on page 129. It is entitled, I'm Not Anti-Business, I'm Anti-Idiot, a Dilbert book by Scott Adams. The dedication, blah, 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 Pam. Blah, blah, blah. Introduction. The exits are that way, and that way. Don't go that way or else you'll trip over many multiple things. I hope you enjoyed tonight's performance of Tartuffe. We've worked hard, we enjoyed it, and we all hope that you do too. Have a good night.
Your Monsieur Tartuffe is a blessed soul, no doubt.
He's a good man, and I can't bear to hear him mocked at by such a fool as you.
Shall we allow this sensuous bigot to usurp the absolute authority of the family?
If we were to listen to him and to give in to his maxims, we could do nothing, and it would be a crime, for the critical zealot controls everything.
And whatever he controls is well controlled. He will show you the way to heaven, and my son should make you love him.
No. Neither father nor anyone else can make me oblige him. I should lie to my heart to tell you otherwise. His actions are perfectly odious, and I foresee that one time or another, matters will come to extremity between that wretch and me.
It is downright scandalous to see the upstart. He was a vagabond that had come hither with not a pair of shoes to his feet, and all the clothes on his back were not for just sixpence. Then now he forgets himself so much and plays the master.
Mercy me, matters would go much better were everything managed by his pious directions.
He passes for a saint in your imagination, but believe me, all he does is hypocrisy.
What a talk!
I would not trust him without good authority, any more than I would his servants.
What the servant may be, I cannot tell, but I'll answer for the master that he is a good man. You wish him ill and reject him only because he tells you the naked truth. Heaven is his only motive.
Aye, but why? For some time past, can't he endure anyone should come near us? I take him in truth to be jealous of Our Lady.
Hold your peace and consider what you say. He's not the only one who conducts all these visits. dear Tartuffe.
Oh, truly, all this is nothing compared to the infatuation with your brother. And were you to see him, you'd say he's much worse. He calls him brother and loves him in his heart 100 times more than either mother, son, daughter, or what. He's the only confidant of all his secrets and the wise director of all his actions. He caresses, he embraces him. I think one could not have more affection for a mistress. He must have a seat at the head of the table and is delighted to see his goblet more than half a dozen meals. He must be helped to all the tidbits, and whenever Tartuffe belches, he bids God bless him. In short, he dotes upon him. All the while, Tartuffe, knowing his benefactor's blind side, has 100 tricks to impose on his generosity and get his money from him.
You're lucky not having to come to a harangue she gave me at the gate. I saw my husband, and as he did not see me, I'll go away. He's coming. I'll wait for him here by way of little amusement.
Hint something to you about my sister's wedding. I suspect that Tartuffe's against it and puts my father upon these tedious evasions. You know how nearly I'm concerned in it? If my friend Valere and my sister are sincerely fond of one another, his sister is no less dear to me.
Here he is.
Ah, sister, good, Laura.
I was just going, and I'm glad to see you come back. The country at present is not very pleasant.
Doreen, sister, pray stay. You'll give me leave to inquire the news of my family these past 2 days. How do they all do?
My lady, the day before yesterday, had a fever all day, and was sadly out of sorts with a strange headache.
And her too.
Tartuffe? Very well. Fat, fair, and fresh-colored.
The poor man.
She did not touch a bit of supper. The pain in her head continued so violently.
And her too.
He stopped himself before her, and very humbly ate 10 partridge and half a leg of mutton hashed.
The poor man.
She never closed her eyes, but burned so that she could not get a wink of sleep, and we were forced to sit up all night with
And
her.
her too.
Being agreeably sleepy, he went from the table to his chambers and stole into a warm bed, and slept comfortably till morning.
The poor man.
At length, my lady, prevailed upon by our persuasions, resolved to be let blood. Then she soon grew easier.
And her too.
He plucked up his spirits, as he should, and fortifying his mind against the evils that made my lady ill, drank at breakfast 2 carafes of red wine.
The poor man.
At night, both are fairly well, and I shall go let my lady know how fond you are of her recovery.
She jokes upon you, brother, to your face, and without any design of making you angry. I must tell you, 'tis not without reason. Is it possible that one man can be so bewitching as to make you forget everything?
Oh, sister. You don't know the man you speak of.
Well, I don't know him, since you will have it so. But in order to know the man...
Sister, you should be charmed did you know him. There would be no end to your raptures. He's a man in short, a man who always practices as he directs and enjoys a profound peace. Yes, I am quite another man by his conversation. He teaches me to set my heart upon nothing and disengages my mind from friendships and relations. And I can see my sister, mother, wife, children all expire, not give it any more regard than this.
You made sentiments, brother, and must confess.
Ah, had you but seen him the first time we met, you would have loved him as well as I do. He came every day to church and knelt down beside me. He attracted the eyes of the entire congregation by the fervor of his prayers. He sighed and groaned very heavily, and every moment he calmly kissed the earth. And as I was going out, he would advance to me and offer me holy water at the door. I made him gifts, but he would modestly offer to return me part. "'Tis too much," he'd say. "Too much by half. I am not worth your pity." And when I refused to take them back, he would go and distribute them amongst the poor before my face. At length, having moved me to take him home, since which everything here seems to prosper, I see he scolds without distinction, and even with regards to my wife, he's extremely cautious of my honor. He constantly stares at her, and is 6 times more jealous of her than I am.
Goodness, you must be mad, brother. For you attempt to banter me by such stuff. All this foolery.
Sister, what you say touches upon immorality. You are a little tainted by it,
And as I have said more than once before, you will draw upon your head a heavy judgment one day.
This is the usual strain of such as you. Come, this discourse of yours frights not me. I know what I say, and heaven sees my heart. We are not to be slaves to men of form. There are pretenders to devotion as well as to courage. Would you make no distinction between hypocrisy and devotion? Would you term them both alike and pay the same regard to the mask as you do to the face?
Yes, yes. You are without a doubt a most reverend doctor. All the knowledge in the world lies under your bonnet, and compared to you, all men are fools.
No, brother, I am none of your reverend sages, nor is the whole learning of the universe vested in me. But I must tell you, I have wit enough to distinguish truth from falsehood. You cry the zeal out of good intention, but I believe you are imposed on by very false laws.
Oh, my dear sister, have you done?
Yes.
Then I am your humble servant.
Pray, one word more, brother. Let us leave this discourse. You have promised to take Belair for your son-in-law,
Yes,
and have appointed a day for this agreeable wedding.
true.
Why then do you put off the ceremony?
I can't tell.
Have you some other design in your head?
Perhaps.
You'll break your word then.
I don't say that.
I can see no obstacle can hinder you from performing your promise.
That's as it happens.
Does the speaking of a single word require so much circumspection? Belair sends me to you about it.
Heaven be praised.
And what answer shall I return him?
What you will.
It is necessary I should know your intentions. Pray, what are they?
To do just what heaven pleases.
But to the point, pray, Belair has your promise. Do you stand to it or not?
Goodbye to you.
I'm afraid you will meet with some misfortune in his love. I must inform him how matters go.
Marianne,
Sir?
come here. I have something to tell you. In private.
What are you looking for, sir?
I'm just making sure no one is here to overhear us. This little place is fit for such a purpose. So, we're all safe. Marianne, I've always found you of a sweet disposition. You're a very kind person, and I've always hoped you and held you very dear to me.
I'm very much obliged to you, sir, for your fatherly affection.
Very well said, daughter. And to desert, your chief care should be to make me happy.
Alas, sir, that is the height of my ambition.
Very well. Then what say you of Tartuffe, our guest?
Tartuffe? Who, I?
Yes. Take heed how you answer.
Why, sir, I'll say what you will of him.
That's discreetly said. Tell me then, my girl, that he's a deserving person, that you like him, and that it would be appropriate if, with my consent, you might have him for a husband, eh?
How, sir?
What's the matter?
What said you?
What?
Did I mistake you?
How?
Whom would you have me say then would be glad, with your permission, to have for a husband?
Tartuffe.
But why would you have me tell you such a story?
Child, I would have it be no story, and 'tis enough that I've pitched upon him for you.
What?
Aye, child, I propose by your marriage to join Tartuffe to my family. I'm resolved upon it, and as I have a right to. What business have you here? Your curiosity is very great, sweetheart, to bring you here to listen in on these matters.
In truth, sir, the others in the house have just been telling me the same story, and I've been making a very great jest of it.
Why? Is the thing so incredible?
So incredible that were you to tell me so yourself, I should not believe you.
I know how to make you believe.
Aye, sir, you tell us a comical story.
I tell you just what will prove true in a short time.
Stuff.
Daughter, I promise you, I'm not a jest.
Go, madame. Do not believe your father. It is a joke.
I tell you.
No, 'tis in vain. Nobody will believe you.
My anger at length.
Well, sir, we shall believe you, for so much the worse on your side.
Hark! You have taken certain liberties of late that I dislike. I tell you that, child.
Good sir, let us argue this affair calmly. Your daughter is not cut out for big He has other things to think on. And then, what would such an alliance bring you? Where would you go, with all your wealth, to choose a beggar for son-in-law?
Hold your tongue. If he has nothing, know that we ought to esteem him for it. His poverty is an honest poverty, which raises him above all grandeur. As poor as he is, he's a gentleman, and the estate that he's been born to is not inconsiderable.
Aye, sir, but this vanity does not well suit with piety. He that embraces the simplicity of a holy life should not set forth his family name so much. Think of the consequences of such a union. He that gives his daughter to a man she hates is accountable for the slips she makes.
I tell you, she is to learn from me what to do.
You could do no better than to follow my advice.
Don't let us amuse ourselves, daughter, with this silly stuff. Indeed, I have promised you to Bel-Air, but besides that, 'tis reported that he's been given to play, and I suspect him of being a little immoral. I don't observe he frequents the church.
Would you have him go to the church at your precise hours, as those who do to only be taken notice of?
I am not consulting you about it. Tartuffe, in short, is a favorite of heaven, and that is beyond any possession. This union will crown your wishes with every sort of good. It'll be one continued scene of pleasure and delight. You two will live in faithful love together, really like two children, like two turtle doves.
She'll never make anything but a fool of him, I assure you.
What language?
I say he has the look of a fool and will corrupt your daughter.
Hold your tongue. Have done. Learn to hold your peace and not put your oar in where you have nothing to do.
Nay, sir, I only speak for your good.
You are too officious. Pray hold your tongue, if you please.
If one not had a love for you.
I desire none of your love.
But I will love you, sir, in spite of your teeth. I have your reputation much at heart, and can't bear to see you made the subject of every gossip's tale.
Then won't you have done?
It would be a sin to make such an alliance as this.
Hold your tongue, you serpent who's impudent!
A devotee flying such a rage.
Yes! I am resolved that you shall hold your tongue.
Very well. But though I don't speak a word, I don't think the less.
Think if you will. But don't say a syllable about it to me, or I'll... Enough. Daughter, I have maturely weighed everything as a wise man should.
Oh, that I should not speak now.
Tartuffe is a person so formed
Pretty fizz.
that should you have no great relish for his other qualifications,
She'll have a very fine bargain of him. Were I in her place, no man alive should marry me against my will. I'd show him, soon after the ceremony, that a wife has her revenge always at hand.
then what I say stands for nothing to you?
But what do you complain of? I don't speak to you.
What is it then that you do?
I talk to myself.
Very well. I must give her a slap on the face to correct her insolence. Daughter, you must need proof of my design. The husband that I have picked out for you is... Why don't you speak now?
I have nothing to say to myself.
One little word more?
I've no mind to it.
To be sure, I've watched you.
Downright fool of faith.
In short, daughter, you must obey and show deference for my choice.
I should scorn to take such a husband myself.
You have a pestilent hussy with you there, daughter, one that I cannot live with without sin. I am overwrought. I must go inside to recover myself a little.
Pray have you lost your tongue? Would you suffer such a silly marriage as this without one word against it?
But what should one do with such a certain father?
Anything to ward off such a menace.
But what?
Tell your father you married for yourself and but they forced me to it. Very good. That is a relief I had not thought of. You need only to die to get rid of its perplexity. It is a wonderful remedy, to be sure. But what you doing? What is timid? Love requires a firmness of mind. But have I favored in my affections toward Valere? And is it not his business to gain me of my father? Your father is a downright comedian, and has been wished with his Tartuffe. Should I declare my love to all? 'Tis perfect town talk. No, I don't want anything. I see you'd rather have your Tartuffe. He's well-born, handsome, has a florid complexion and a red ear. I'd see you'd fain have him, and, well, you'll be but too happy with him. Heavens! You can't imagine what a joy it will be. Pray stop, Doreen. No, in truth, you shall eat Tartuffe. I tell you, Doreen, if they do force me to this, it will surely be the end of my life. Don't worry, it may be easily prevented.
May thunder this moment strike me dead. Let me be treated everywhere like the greatest scoundrel alive.
Moderate your passion, for heaven's sakes. Your father did but barely mention it. People don't do all they propose.
I must put a stop to this fool's project. Speak a word or two in his ear.
Gently, pray. Leave your stepmother alone with him, as well as with your father. She has some credit with Tartuffe, and he may have a sneaking kindness for her. Heavens, I wish that were true. That would be charming. In short, your interest obliges her to send for him, for she has a mind to sound his intentions with regard to the wedding. His ancestors and prayers, and it would not be long before he came down. Pray be gone and let me stay for him.
I will be present at this whole countenance.
No, they must be alone.
I'll say nothing to him.
We all know the usual occasions of your temper, and it is the ready way to spoil all in a passion. He's coming! Hide!
Lawrence, lock up my hair cloth and scourge, and beg of heaven ever to enlighten you with grace. And if anyone comes to see me, tell them I have gone to distribute alms to the poor.
What a fake and a rogue.
What do you want?
To tell you...
Pray, take this handkerchief before you speak.
What for?
To cover that bosom, madam, which I cannot bear to see. Such objects the soul and usher in sinful thoughts.
You might have not been a temptation, and flesh makes such a great impression upon your senses. Now I could see you stark naked from head to foot, and that whole hide of yours not tempt me at all.
Pray, speak modestly, or I shall leave you this moment.
No, 'tis I who am going to leave you. But I have only 2 words to say to you. My lady is coming down into this parlor, and she desires a word with you.
Alack, with all my heart. Will she come presently?
I think I hear her. Aye, 'tis she herself. I leave you 2 together.
May heaven bestow upon you health, both of body and mind, and ever bless your days.
I'm much obliged to you, but please, take a seat more at ease.
Are you feeling any better?
Yes, I feel very much.
My prayers have not sufficient strength to have called down this blessing from above, and I did not make any vows to heaven that did not concern your recovery.
Thank you for your efforts.
Your dear health cannot be overrated, and to reestablish it, I would have sacrificed my own.
Says Karen Charity, a great way, and I'm highly thankful to you for all this goodness.
I do much less for you than you deserve.
I desire to speak to you in private, and let no one sees us here.
Yes, it is a singular pleasure to be here alone with you. It is an opportunity that I have hitherto petitioned heaven for in vain.
What I want to talk to you about is a small matter, which your whole heart will be open and hide nothing from me.
I certainly will unbosom myself to you, madame, without the least reserve.
And I will listen very well.
And such is the fervor of my being.
You squeezed my hand so hard.
It is out of excess zeal. I did not mean to hurt you. I only meant to.
What does your hand do there?
I am only feeling the cloth, madame.
Pray stop, I am too ticklish.
They do work miracles nowadays with the workmanship of such cloth. Things of all kinds were never better done.
'Tis true, but let us think to our problem a little. I hear that my husband wants to give you his daughter's hand in marriage. 'Tis true, pray tell me.
Yes, he did mention something on it. But to tell you the truth, madame, that is not the happiness I sigh after.
An act of think that your size comes all heaven.
Our senses may easily be charmed by the perfect works heaven has formed. Its reflected charms shine forth in such as you. Oh, I know it's a great presumption in me to give you the offer of this heart. But on my vows, I rely wholly on your goodness, and not upon my own weak powers. In you lie my hope, my happiness, my quiet. On you depends my torment or my bliss. And I am, at the point of being by your sole word, happy if you will, or miserable if you please.
That is extremely gallant, but in truth I am shocked.
I know that such words must seem strange for me, madame. But I am no angel. And you must consider before you condemn these declarations I make, that it is your own attractive charms that are at fault. Oh, from the moment I first laid eyes upon your more than human splendor, you became the sovereign of my soul. It surmounted everything, fasting, prayers, tears. But many of my stars burn with a discreet flame. The care that we take of our own reputations is an undeniable security to our love.
I understand very well. But aren't you afraid that I will tell my husband of this, and it will alter his affection towards you?
No, madame. I know that you are too good, and would rather pardon my boldness. And will consider, when you consult your mirror, that man is not blind, but merely flesh and blood.
Some may take it in another manner, but I shall not say one word of it to my husband. But in return, you must forward the match between Bella and Marianne.
No. Madame, no. This ought to be made public. I was in this place and overheard it all, and the goodness of heaven seems to have directed me here, to confound the pride of the traitor that wrongs me, to open way to take vengeance of this hypocrisy and insolence, to tell my father and show him in a clear light the soul of the villain that talks to you of love.
No, that means it's enough that he changes and tries to earn the favor I do him. A wife never troubles a husband's ears with such problems.
You have your reasons for using him in that manner, and I have mine for acting otherwise. The rascal has for too long governed my father and opposed my marriage as well as Valaire's.
Tommy, please. Please.
No. By your leave, I must take my own counsel. My heart overflows with joy, and all you can say would in vain dissuade me of the pleasure of avenging myself. Without going any farther, I will make an end of the affair. Ah, sir. We have an adventure which will very much surprise you. This gentleman makes a fine acknowledgement of your cares. His great seal for you has just come to light. It aims at nothing less than the dishonor of your bed. In short, a declaration of criminal love to your wife. Her over-great discretion would have kept the secret, but I cannot wait to allow of it.
Yes, I have an opinion that one ought not to trouble a husband's rest with such idle stuff. These are my thoughts. You would have said nothing, Debbie, if I had any credit with you.
Heavens! What have I heard? Is it credible?
Yes, brother. I am a wicked, guilty, wretched, awful sinner, the vilest villain that ever breathed. Believe what they tell you, and arm your resentments. Throw me like a criminal from your house. I cannot receive so great a share of shame and not deserve a much larger.
Traitor! Darest thou by this falsehood attempt to tarnish the purity of this virtue?
Shall the feigned meekness of this hypocritical soul make you give the lie?
Cursed plague! Hold thy tongue!
Nay, brother, you chide him wrongfully. Rather listen to what he has to tell you. My dear child, stay on. Call me treacherous, infamous, reprobate, thief, murderer. Load me with names still more detestable. I do not gainsay you. I have deserved them all, and am willing on my knees to suffer the shame.
Brother, this is too much. Does your heart not relent, traitor?
Shall his words so far deceive you?
Hold thy tongue, rascal! For heaven's sake, brother, rise. Infamous wretch. Hold thy tongue!
Intolerable! What am I taking for?
Say one other word more, and I shall break thy bones to bake my bread.
Nay, brother, I would rather suffer any hardship than he should take any hurt on my account.
Ungrateful monster!
If I must on my knees beg forgiveness for him.
Alas, you are in jest, sure. Stephen's goodness, son.
What?
Have done!
What?
Peace, I say! I know what set you upon this attack well enough. You all hate him, and now I see son, wife, servants, all that loose against him. But the more you strive to get him out, the greater care I will take to keep him in, and will therefore hasten the marriage between him and my daughter, to confound the pride of this whole family.
You think to force her to accept of him?
Yes, traitor, and this very evening to play you. No, I defy you all, and will have it known that I am master, and will be obeyed. Come, recant! Throw yourself immediately at his feet to beg pardon.
Who? I?
What? Scoundrel, do you rebel? Switch me out of my house this very instant, and never set foot in it again.
Yes, I shall go.
Quickly then leave this place. Son, I disinherit thee, and send thee my curses besides.
To offend a holy man in such a manner. Heaven pardon him the anguish he gives me. Could you know, brother, what grief it is to me that they should try to blacken my name with you so? Oh, The ingratitude wounds me to the very quick. Heavens, I cannot continue.
You villain! I'm sorry my hands spared thee and didn't make an end of thee on the spot. Compose yourself, brother. Let us not worry about it any longer.
Yes, let us put an end to these unhappy debates. Let me leave your house this moment.
Oh, you are not in earnest.
They hate me, brother, and seek every occasion to bring my name into question with you.
Do you see me listen to them?
Brother, these words that you now reject may one day meet with more credit.
No, brother, never.
A wife may easily deceive a husband.
No, no.
Very well. Let me remove from you, and then all occasion of attacking you further. Let me leave immediately.
No, you must stay, or it will cost me my life.
Very well, then. But I must scourge myself.
No!
Let us say no more about this. Honor is delicate, and friendship obliges me that I shall no more be seen with your wife.
Nay, brother, in spite of everything, you shall frequently be with her. To vex the world is my greatest joy, and I shall have you sing with her at all hours. This is not all yet. The better to vex them. I shall have no other heir but you, and am going forthwith to sign a deed of gift for my entire estate. A true and hearty friend, one that I fix on for a son-in-law, is more dear to me than son, wife, or kindred. You would not refuse what I propose.
Heaven's will be done in all things.
The poor man. Come, let us get the papers drawn up, and let envy burst itself with spite.
Yes, since everything's not made for me. The notice is really missing is not much to your credit, and I have met with you, sir, very opportunely. To tell you plainly in 2 words my thoughts on the matter. Why did it suffer a son to be turned out of his father's house on account of your differences? And tell you once again, and tell you frankly, take my advice and restore young Luke to his father's favor.
Alas, for my part, I would do it with all my heart. I forgive him everything and lay nothing to his charge. I would serve him with all my soul, but the interests of heaven cannot admit of it. And after the scandal of today, if he were to come in here again, I must most certainly go out. Heaven knows what the world would immediately think on it.
You put us off with sham excuses, and your reasons, sir, are too far-fetched. Why is it useless for you the interests of heaven? Leave the care of his own vengeance to heaven itself.
I've told you before, I forgive him from all my heart, and that is doing as heaven requires. However, heaven does not require me to live with him.
And does it require you, sir, to accept an estate?
All the riches of this world hold no charms for me. Their dazzle does nothing for me either. And if I am to accept this gift, as I intend to do, I shall use it for the good of heaven and the benefit of my neighbor.
Oh, entertain none of these very scruples. Has true zeal any maxim will show you that the strip of lawful heir is right? And if it must be, sir, that heaven has put before you some invincible obstacle to living with Dami, would it not be better for you to be turned out of doors for yourself? Believe me, sir.
Excuse me, it is 3:30. Certain devotions call me above stairs. Forgive me leaving you so soon.
For goodness sake, lend her what assistance you can, as we do. She's in the greatest anguish imaginable. Let her father ask for tonight, make her every moment ready to despair. He's just a coming. Pray, let us set on him and, either by force or cunning, frustrate the unlucky plan that has put us into this situation.
Ah, I'm glad to see you all here together. I bring something that will put a smile on all of your faces. You'll already know what this means.
Oh, knees I implore. Save me from the torment of being the menace I abhor.
Come, my heart. Stand firm, no mere weakness.
Your tenderness for him with me great uneasiness. Show him the strivers of manners. Give him your estate, and if that's not enough, add all mine to it. I consent to it with all my heart and give it up. But at least go not so far as to my person. Suffer a convent with its austerities, to wear out the mournful days allotted me by heaven.
Get up, get up. The more it goes against you, the more you'll merit by it. Mortify your senses by this marriage, darling, and don't dip me in the head about it any longer.
But
Hold your tongue. Speak to your own concerns. I absolutely forbid you to open your lips.
if you indulge me, sir, in answer to your one word of advice.
Sister, your advice is the best in the world. It is very relevant, and that which I have great value for. But you must not take me ill if I don't use it now.
See what I see, you must be mightily bewitched.
I shall not alter my scheme.
But what answer can I give you to make you believe and see the truth?
See?
I.
Stuff.
How shall I show you in a clear light?
A likely story indeed.
What a strange man. At least give me an answer. What if you could see and overhear all of them? What would you say to your good man?
In that case, I should say that... I should say nothing, for the thing can't be.
You have been fooled for too long, and I will make you a witness.
Do so. I take you at your word. We shall see your address and how you keep good your promise.
Bid him come to me.
He has a crafty soul of his own, and it may take a great deal to surprise him.
No, people believe in what they want to believe in. Bid him come to me, and you retire. Now come you. Get under this table.
Why so?
'Tis necessary that you should be well concealed.
But why under this table?
That day, do as I tell you. Get under the table and stay there till you see me shut.
I must say, I'm very quite obliged, but I must see you go through your enterprise.
Have faith. You'll have nothing to say to me. I'm going to persuade this pitiful soul to drop this mask. It is up to you to stop the madness when you think matters are carried far enough, and to spare your wife. It is up to you.
I was told you desired to speak with me here.
Yes, I have secrets to discover to you. Pray, close the door a little. I have never been in such a fright my whole life. Dami put me into a terrible scare. I tried to alter his design. My husband can have no suspicion of us. He desires that we should be together at all times. Therefore, without fear of blame, we can be locked up alone together. And I can open my heart a little, perhaps. Am I being too forward?
These words do seem strange, madame. You spoke in another kind of style just now.
How little do you know the heart of a woman? We defend ourselves at first, but by the way we go about it, we let you know our heart surrenders.
These words are wonderful coming from the lips one loves. Their honey plentifully diffuses through every sense. A pleasure I had never before tasted. My supreme study is the happiness of pleasing you.
What? Proceed so fast.
Our love need no reliance upon discourses, and I would enjoy it before I believe it.
Good lack, your love plays a very tyrant. What a strange confusion it throws me into. What a furious sway does it govern the heart.
If you look upon my advances with a favorable eye, why then do you forbid me convincing proofs on it?
But how can one reply to that of heaven?
If it is only heaven that obstructs my wishes, 'tis a trifle with me to remove such an obstacle. Oh, and that need be no reliance upon your love.
What they so terrify us with the judgments of heaven?
I can quell those ridiculous terrors, madame. I have a knack for easing scruples. Heaven, 'tis true, forbids certain gratifications. But there are ways of compounding these matters. There are secrets, madame, I can instruct you in. All you need do is passively be conducted. Satisfy my desire, and fear nothing. I take the sin upon myself. You cough very much better.
Yes, I'm on the rack.
Please. Have a bit of licorice.
'Tis just a cold and heat. I'm sure that all the licorice in the world would do no good in this case.
'Tis very troublesome.
Aye, more than I can express.
In short, your scruples, madame, are easily overcome. You're sure of its being secret here, and sinning in private is no sinning at all.
In short, I see that I must yield.
I take the sin upon myself.
Pray go open the door a little and look all about to see if my husband's in the gallery.
What need you take any care of him? He is a man to be led by the nose. And I have brought him up to the point of being so that he sees everything and does not believe anything.
That signifies nothing. Pray go open the door.
An abominable fellow, I vow. I can't recover myself. This perfectly stuns me.
How? You get out so soon that you make fools of people. Get back under this table and stand here till you see sure.
No, nothing so wicked ever came from hell.
Dear heart, you can't be too hasty for fear of mistake.
Everything conspires to that for my satisfaction. I've surveyed the whole apartment and no one is there. Oh, my brother soul!
Gently, gently, Grace. You are too hasty in your pursuits. You should not be so furious. Good man, you intended me a crest, I suppose. Good lack, how you give yourself to temptations. What, marry my daughter and have a huge stomach for my wife? I was in doubt whether all was in good earnest here, but I always fancied that you might change your tone. But this is pushing the proof far enough. I'm satisfied, and want for my part no further conviction.
The part that I played was against my will. It was a necessity to treat you in this manner.
What? Do you believe?
Come, pray, no noise. Turn out, and without ceremony.
I only meant
These speeches are no longer in season. You must troop off forthwith.
'Tis you who must troop off. You who speak so magisterially. The house belongs to me, I'll have you know it. And I will show you that you pick a quarrel with me in vain. I have wherewithal to confound and punish all those who talk of putting me out of doors.
What language is this? And what can it mean?
In truth, I'm all confusion. I have no room to laugh.
How so?
I see my fault by what he says. And the deed of gift perplexes me.
Gift?
Yes, but there's something more that troubles me too.
What's that?
You shall know the whole. But first, let's go upstairs to see if a certain box is still there. Alas, how can I tell?
I think not. Thursday will be. We smell together when we're done.
This box entirely confounds me. It gives me even more vexation than the rest.
This box then is of some importance.
'Tis a deposit that Argus, my poor friend, committed to me as a great secret to my keeping. When he fled, he gave me these papers wherein his future and life depend.
Why then would you trust them into other hands?
Merely out of conscience, I go straight to impart the secret to my traitor. And his honesty over-persuaded me to give him the box to keep.
You're in a bad situation, at least if I may believe appearances. Both the deed of the gift and the trust are steps which you have taken very inconsiderately. And the scholar having these advantages over you? Please deal with me carefully.
But how could such a fair appearance, such affectionate zeal, conceal such a double heart and soul so wicked? And against that, who took him in poor and... 'Tis over. I renounce all pious folks. dare say, become worse than the devil.
Mighty well. Never preserve a moderate temper in anything. You see your error and are sensible that you could impose on that hypocritical zeal. But in order to reform, you must calm your anger against this perfidious, worthless wretch. Do not let his behavior cause you to believe that there are no devout people to be found in the world. Just be careful.
What? Sir, is this true that this rascal threatens you? Has he quite forgotten every favor he has received? And now put your own goodness against yourself?
Yes, son. And it gives me inconceivable vexation.
I'll slice both his ears off.
That's spoken exactly like a young fellow. Pray, moderate these violent outbursts. We live in an age and under a government in which violence is but a bad way of promoting our affairs.
What's all this? I hear terrible mysteries here.
They are novelties, mother, that I am an eyewitness to. I merely pick up a fellow in misery and treat him like my very own brother. I heap daily favors upon him. I give him my daughter, my entire fortune, while at the same time, the infamous wretch forms a black design of seducing my wife. And not content with that, he dares turn me out of the estate, which I turned over to him, and reduce me to the condition from which I rescued him.
The poor man. I can never believe, son, that he could commit such black an action.
What?
Good people are always envied.
What would you insinuate, mother?
Why, there are strange doings at your house, and the ill will they bear is but too evident.
What does ill will have to do with what I just told you?
I have told you 100 times, you dear little one, that virtue here is persecuted ever, that envious men may die, but envy never.
What does all this have to do with the present?
The malice of scandalmongers is very great.
Don't make me swear, mother. I
But
tell
we
you,
never want for venom to spit. Nothing here below can be proof against them.
this is holding a very senseless argument. I saw it. I saw it with my very own eyes. I saw it. Must I say it 100 times in your ear and bawl as loud as poor folk?
Dear heart, appearances very often deceive us, and you must not always judge solely by what you see.
I shall run mad.
Nature is often liable to false suspicions, and good is often misconstrued as evil.
Ought I to construe charitably his desire of kissing my wife?
You ought never to accuse anyone upon good grounds. You should have waited and seen that the thing was certain.
What the devil? How should I have been more certain? What, then, mother? Should I have stayed until he had... You'll make me say some foolish thing, mother.
In short, his soul burns with too pure a flame, and I can't even let it enter my thoughts that he would attempt the things laid to his charge.
Oh, if you were not my mother, I don't know what I would say to you.
The just returned, sir, thank you below. Time was you would believe no one, and now you cannot be believed yourself. We are wasting time in mere trifles that should be spent in taking measures. We mustn't sleep while this man threatens.
Can this impudence increase?
I can scarcely think it possible he'd be too visible.
Don't you depend on that. He'll be coming among your reasons against you. I tell you once again, armed with what he has, you should not have urged him so far.
This is true, but what could I do in the affair? I was not master of my resentment toward the traitor. What would that man have? Go quickly and see. I'm in fine condition to have people come and see me.
Good morning. Fred, let me speak to your master. He's busy and I don't even see anyone now. Nay, I'm not feeling troublesome. I believe my coming will not displease him. I come on upon an affair that he'll be very glad of. Your name, Fred? Only tell him that I come on part of Monsieur Tartuffe before it's done. 'Tis a man who comes in a civil way upon business from Monsieur Tartuffe, which he says you won't dislike.
Perhaps he comes to make us friends. How shall I behave?
Be sure, don't be angry. If he speaks of an agreement, you must listen to him. Bless you, sir. Heaven bless the man who would wrong you.
This modest beginning already forebodes some good outcome.
I've always had a great value for your family and was a servant to the gentleman, your father.
I'm ashamed and must beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I don't know your name.
My name is Loyal, by birth a Norman, and I am an official to the court. I've had a great fortune to have the post for 40 years.
Most certainly it is a mistake.
Sir, my business is not with you, but with this gentleman who is mild and reasonable and knows the duty of an honest man to uphold the law.
But
Sir, I know you will not rebel for a million, so like an honest man, you allow me to execute my order.
You may chance to get your coat brushed here.
Either, sir. Force your son to be silent or withdraw. I could have proceeded less gently.
what could be worse than turning people out of their own house?
Why, sir, you are allowed time. Until tomorrow, I shall suspend the eviction. In the morning, you will clear the house of leaving your leasing council. My people will help you, and nobody could treat you better. So I beg you give me no trouble in execution of my people.
I just now give the 100 I have left for the power and pleasure of laying one sum low on your mother.
Surrender. Don't let us make matters worse.
My fingers itch.
Pray, sir, let us come to a conclusion. Give us the paper and leave us.
Goodbye to you. Heaven bless you all together.
And confound both thee and he that sent thee. At length, mother, do you see his treachery?
I am stunned and am tumbling from the clouds. You complain without cause.
He knows that riches spoil the man, and he would, only out of great charity, take from you everything that exerts yourself.
Hold your tongue. Must I be repeating that to you?
Come, brother, let's await to consider the proper solution.
Yes, expose the audacity of that ungrateful wretch.
Sir! It is with great regret, sir, that I come to you, but I am estranged by the imminence of the danger. A very close friend of mine who knows the interests I have to take in everything that concerns you has thought fit to send me advice. The rogue who is longing close on you, who an hour ago has accused you to have placed into his hands the contents of a box belonging to a criminal. Sir, an order is imposed against your person, and to execute it the better, Tartuffe himself is appointed to accompany the man that is to arrest you.
This is the way the traitor seeks to make himself master of your house.
Vile!
Sir, the least delay may be fatal to you. I have a coach waiting outside with 1,000 gold pieces waiting to carry you off. Pray, let's lose no time. I offer myself to conduct you to safety.
Alas! What do I not owe to your obliging care? I must take one other moment to thank you, dear friend. Farewell. Take care, the rest of you.
Go quickly, brother. We shall take care to do what is proper.
Softly, sir. Softly. Don't run so fast. We take you prisoner in the king's name.
Traitor! Say this error for the last. 'Tis the stroke by which thou art to dispatch me, and crown all the rest of your lies.
There is nothing that you can say that can incense me. I'm instructed to suffer everything for the sake of heaven.
How the varlet sports with heaven!
Your ravings cannot move me. I think only on my duty.
You have much more to expect from this?
The job can only be glorious when sent to me from above.
Do you remember, you miserable wretch, that it was my hand that raised you from your destitute condition?
Yes. But the honor of my prince is now my highest duty. And to such a powerful tie, I would sacrifice friend, wife, kindred, and myself to boot.
The hypocrite! How artfully he makes a cloak out of what is sacred.
But if the zeal with which you trick yourself out is as perfect as you say, how came it not to show itself until he found you soliciting his wife? And how came you not to keep even warming against him until he was obliged to throw you out of his house?
Pray, free me from this clamor and do as you are ordered.
Yes, to save them in delaying the execution too long, you invite me to execute my order. Follow me immediately to the prison, sir.
Who, I?
Yes, you.
Why to prison, sir?
You are not the one I should follow. Dear sir, you cause yourself after such a surprise. We lived under the devil and prince whose enemy defrauded you no one thought you could see. The prince resolves obligation to his contract. His heart knows all, and he's much better good than evil. Heaven be praised! Now I begin to revive. Favorable success.
Who could have foretold all this?
Well, traitor, there you are.
Nay, brother, hold. Do not dissect your iniquities.
let us go and joyfully throw ourselves at his royal feet, and glory in the goodness for which he displays to us. And after all is said and done, it will be necessary that we apply ourselves with just care to one another. With the wedding's tenderest joy to crown Belair, a generous lover and friend sincere.